people will experience you as an inspiration source when you actually live your own purpose and you are yourself.
And it's like good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes, doing what I love for life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
Hi everyone, my name is Mattias and welcome to MattGron's Scaling Up Journey, and this is episode 14, my friends, and you are?
Svea. Also a warm welcome to episode 14 from me, Svea. I'm the host of this concept here, and so it's our Wednesday episode, and on Wednesdays,
yes,
we're talking about things you're working on in the business, or this week actually more about what you're working on yourself. So in last week's episode, we were talking about the hiring process of Moon and also things you look for when hiring new people. And I think this week would be interesting to focus on the other side. What do you think being a good leader is important? Like what qualities and personality traits are important to be a good leader? Do you have something in mind?
Yes, I have a lot of things I'm working on, and I think the number one most important thing for me as a leader is to work on my self-awareness, and I think self-awareness is an essential quality to become a great leader, and really by knowing my values, my personality and the strength and also the weakness, and also understanding how that affect other people is super important. So yeah. I think I that's the first one really, definitely.
Yeah, I think you just said it, like also to know your own values and things that are important to you. It's like you're talking about yourself as a mini company or something. It's not just the company itself that has values and principles, but also yourself as a person. And like you said, things, your strength, your weaknesses. I agree. I think that's really important to reflect. And I think that's a really good first quality that leaders should have, definitely. What else do you have in mind when you think of a good leader? What qualities do they have?
I think honesty is super important. I mean, my business and my employees, I mean, they are a reflection of myself. And if I can create like a honest and ethical behavior, like and make that behavior a key value, I think that the team will follow. So I definitely put honesty up there.
So do you think when you yourself are always honest to people, do you think that makes them also more honest with you? Do you think that's an effect of that?
Yeah, I think I mean, being honest is definitely one thing, but I mean, if I'm honest as a leader, I'm vulnerable. If I can show that I'm vulnerable, and then they also will feel safe to be that in an environment in our organization. So yeah, is that actually how you pronounce it? Vulnerable?
Vulnerable, yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard word.
I think in every episode we have like one word. Is it like this?
Yeah.
That is what happens when you have two non-native speakers speaking English. I was just thinking, let's make this list your top 5, like the 5 most important things for you, because I think the two first ones you just said are really important. I'm curious about the next 3 things that you would say are up there, really important. Number 3.
I think, I will definitely put commitment high up there on the list. I think there is no greater motivation than actually seeing the leader in action and down in the trenches, doing the work alongside with everyone else. I think that's super important.
Do you also think that it is important to be approachable, like to be, you said it's kind of inspiring if people see you being committed to something. Do you think it's also good when, people see that you're approachable, you're not like somewhere up there in the hierarchy, but you are more on eye level with them? Is this something you would say is also important for a leader?
Yeah, that's super important. Actually, I think approach is, you say approachable, but I definitely think approach, like really have the ability to always be able to approach people in different ways, depending on their needs, is also a very important quality as a leader to have.
Yeah. And I remember actually one of the jobs that I had that I really appreciated was that my boss didn't say I was her employee. She was always referring to me as her colleague. And that is such a small thing that always made me feel very like valued and like we're on the same level. And she is approachable, like I said. And for me as an employee, that was really great. And I think that's also something, the way that you treat your colleagues or employees as well. Yeah. So where are we? I think the fourth one should be coming up now. Another value for you that's important.
Yeah, I think I need to put communication on that list.
Again, communication. We always have that in every episode.
It pops up everywhere, right? And I mean, being able to clearly and efficiently describe what I want people to do is extremely important.
Yeah.
And I mean, without the right communication, the team will not be working towards the same goal. So, and I have been, what should I say, tasting the the consequences if I'm not communicating a lot of times, and so let's put communication there on the list.
Nothing to add to that. I think communication itself, very important thing. And the last one, I mean, I'm sure it's not the last one, but like your top 5 quality that you think a good leader should have, what would that be?
So I think now I really need to pick one because I only have one left?
You could have 2 also. Let's see.
The thing is, I think it's super important to have the confidence, and I think maybe intuition and confidence is the same, almost the same quality. And then I also have, I think, inspire is also very important. So, but like, let's say like if you trust your intuition, you get the confidence. If we can label them under the same, because I think it's so many times I really depend on my gut instinct for an answer. So over the year, I have really learned myself, and that's super important as a leader. And I think the confidence is also important because I mean, you will face setback when you're building your company, and you need to be able to be the confident person standing there and really assure everyone that we are still focusing on the larger goal, or as we say, the BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. And so intuition, confidence, let's say that's number 5, right?
Okay.
and yeah, but that's my 5, right? But I think it's super important to be able to inspire other people, and
you said that before in an episode that now with COVID, you kind of miss walking to people's tables, talking to them, and you said say something inspiring. Do you have an example? What would that be? How do you inspire your colleagues?
It's always important to to be able to inspire other people. And I think like my lesson learned is actually that the most important thing when it comes to inspiration is actually being you. You can't inspire people if you copy someone else. You need to actually find yourself in and really go all in on yourself, because I mean, I think inspiration, people will experience you as an inspiration source when you actually live your own purpose and you are yourself. And I think inspiration is sometimes mixed up with that you need to be like rah-rah, like hyper. But I think being an inspiring source is about being yourself and like make your team kind of feel invested in the accomplishments we are doing as a company and keep the team spirits up. I mean, that basically begins with an that they feel appreciated. That they feel appreciated for the hard work they put in, and then, as you said, I talked about that in another episode, how I like typically walk around in the office and just say hi or stop by the desk and having a conversation with someone. And so a long answer, but I think
that's important. Yeah, I agree. And when you look at these things that you just talked about, these traits and qualities, or even some things we haven't talked about, what are some things that you say come natural to you that you feel you're already pretty good at right now as a leader?
I'm a thinker. I reflect a lot upon myself and things going on in the company. So I think I have some self-awareness, and it comes kind of easy for me. And I think what I really need to work much more on is probably communication. So I would say self-awareness and my intuition is probably on the stronger side, and on my weaker side, I would definitely put communication. Sometimes I end up in my own head, and people, they are not mind readers, and and as an entrepreneur, like you work on so many things in your head, and you process it, and then sometimes you forget that people don't know you are thinking about all these things. So communication. So
and then you forget to turn off your phone.
Yeah, exactly. I did that now. But communication, and I think if I develop my communication skills, I will also be able to, I think, inspire people more.
Yeah, I think that goes hand in hand, communication and inspiring, definitely.
Yeah, there was an entrepreneur who told me that like where you are now, Mattias, you must understand that like a big reason why people join Moon is because of the story you build up around Moon, and they join because of the entrepreneurial movement and what you are trying to create. And when he said that, I realized that, okay, so what do you mean? Like, my story, is it inspiring? So that's typically me. I'm a little bit of an introvert person, and yeah, sometimes introvert people, or at least me, end up not communicating as well as I should.
Do you have something to wrap up this episode? Something to say, what you think, like your... No, we already talked about the 5 most important things, but something else you want to get out there about leadership and good leadership?
I think you have to accept yourself and go all in on you. That's my takeaway, or if I could give myself an advice, like 5 years ago.
All right. Thank you, as always, for your insights. I think that was very interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you say it's a wrap, then I would say I see you in the Friday episode. And have a nice rest of the week until then. And you too.
Yes.
And remember, if you have any questions, leave them down below. I think Mattias is happy to answer, right?
Yes, I'm very happy to answer questions. So
perfect.
All right.
And see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye-bye.